My name is Ruth LaBarge. I have a company called Bear With Us, which consists of 3 Kodiak bears and 1 black bear, 4 working skunks, 2 working porcupines, and a partridge in a pear tree. We've done movie and television work for almost 50 years. My life is bears. I love bears. They're good working bears. We worked in big features like Anchorman, Grizzly Falls, The Last Trapper. We've gone all over the world, as far south as Puerto Vallarta, Mexico, the Yukon, all over Canada and the US, doing commercial work, television work. We're here in Toronto working on a TV commercial for means of production. Whopper's here today with his sister Betty. Betty's been in Dr. Dolittle 2 and Anchorman and Grizzly Falls and Rice Krispie Treat commercial. Betty's the cutesy patootie of the bunch. She does some really cute behaviors, where Whopper's more the big scary guy and does that. So they double each other well, because she's a little bit smaller and cuter and he's a little bit bigger and scarier. So we have the best of both worlds when we bring that team. I've had some excellent help. Catherine Engelman and Alexis DeModulaire, Kurt Jarrett. I had those guys for 20 years working with me. So it's pretty easy. I just come and just turn the reins over to them, and all I have to do is they handle the people and the bait, and I handle the bear. I've got it made.
Ruth LaBarge was introduced to myself about 15 years ago. I met her just outside of Los Angeles prior to her moving up to Canada. And over the years I've worked with her on one big show that everybody would recognize at Brokeback Mountain. That's where the horse rears and the bears in the river and that. I've worked with her as a assistant trainer and also as an animal coordinator. I've hired her bears and her services over the years, and I must say she's extremely professional, very film friendly, and her animals are trained. And that's the one blessing that I always like to bring to the plate to productions, that I know what I get when I hire Ruth services. And I must say that one thing that I've admired over my career, and just as I grow in further into filmmaking, and with all the awareness of all the problematics of using film animals for film, the thing that Ruth really does is she gives back to people, gives back to the educational programs and conservation. And that's one thing that I really want to help Ruth with here, now that we both relocated to Ontario.
For 14 years we've been working at parks, most recently Papineck Park in Wendover. We've been doing bear safety presentations, and they're geared to bear safety and awareness on how to behave in bear country, both grizzly and black bear country, and how to camp and how to keep your foodstuff safe, and in turn how to react if you're encountered with a grizzly bear or a black bear, which I think through the years we've saved lives, bears and humans, because they're taught not to be afraid, to act correctly and appropriately in bear country, and to keep their foodstuff, most importantly, away from bears, because once they're fed bear, they're a dead bear.
Here in Ontario, there's 2 opportunities for productions to have. They can, depending on where their product is going to be viewed, you got the American Humane Society or you got the local SPCA. So depending on the jurisdiction, depending on the company, depending on the client, that all comes into effect.
And the most satisfying thing working with any animal is that bond and that connection you get with training, and how they enjoy it and how they enjoy pleasing you and doing what you want of them. They've literally walked through fire for me. We've been on Jungle Book, Mowgli's Story, where the bear had to literally walk through fire, and they trust you to the point to do that, and you never ever get them hurt. They've got to learn that trust and that bond. So if you're fair and honest with them, they'll be fair and honest back, and they'll give you 100%. And I've been really lucky to have 100% for 50 years. Yeah, I'm still here. Yeah. Good job, buddy. Now let's bag up and say bye-bye. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye, or hello, either way. Good job. Nice job, handsome bear. One more bye-bye. One more. I like that one. Good job.